What's up, horror fans? Welcome to Spooky Shorts, where we dive deep into the darkest corners of cinema and share some chilling tales. Today, we're counting down the top 10 found footage horror films that will make you want to sleep with the lights on. Whether you love the genre or just enjoy the occasional, is this real paranoia? Stick around, because we've got some terrifying gems for you. Alright, let's get into it. Kicking things off at number 10, we have The Borderlands, also known as Final Prayer in some regions. This British horror gem follows a team of Vatican investigators sent to a remote church to verify reports of paranormal activity. Unlike most found footage films, this one excels at slow burn dread. The church itself becomes a character, its claustrophobic corridors and eerie history setting the stage for one of the most unsettling finales in found footage history. Trust me, that ending will stick with you. If you like your horror with a side of existential terror, The Borderlands delivers. Coming in at number 9 is the found footage film that started it all, or at least the one that made the genre explode, The Blair Witch Project. Released in 1999, this indie horror film follows three student filmmakers who venture into the woods to document the legend of the Blair Witch. And, well, they don't come back. What makes Blair Witch so effective isn't just its raw, documentary-style footage, but how it uses your imagination against you. There are no cheap jump scares, no CGI monsters, just tension, paranoia, and a deeply unsettling feeling that something is always watching. Even if shaky cam horror isn't your thing, the Blair Witch Project deserves credit for pioneering the modern found footage boom. It proved that sometimes what you don't see is scarier than what you do. At number 8, we have VHS, an anthology horror film that takes found footage to another level, literally in some cases. Instead of one story, VHS gives us multiple terrifying tales, all connected by a group of criminals who break into a house to steal a mysterious videotape. What they find? Well, let's just say they should have left those tapes alone. What makes VHS stand out is its variety. You get a little bit of everything: paranormal horror, home invasion, body horror, even some Lovecraftian madness. Some segments are stronger than others, but when it hits, it really hits. Amateur Night is a standout, introducing us to one of the most unsettling horror creatures in modern found footage. If you're into chaotic, high-energy horror with a mix of styles, VHS is a must-watch. And if you like it, good news. There are plenty of sequels to keep the nightmare going. Coming in at number 7, we have As Above, So Below, a found footage horror film that takes us deep beneath the streets of Paris, into the legendary catacombs. If you have claustrophobia, this one is not for you. The film follows Scarlett, an ambitious archaeologist searching for the mythical philosopher's stone. But as her team ventures deeper into the underground labyrinth, things start to go very wrong. Strange symbols, ghostly figures, and, oh yeah, literal descent into hell. What makes As Above, So Below so effective is its setting. The catacombs are real, and the film was actually shot in them, which adds a terrifying authenticity. The tight spaces, eerie silence, and psychological horror elements make this one of the most unique found footage films out there. If you like horror that blends history, mythology, and pure nightmare fuel, As Above, So Below is a must-watch. Just maybe keep a flashlight handy. At number 5, we have Incantation, a Taiwanese found footage nightmare that messes with your mind in ways you won't expect. Inspired by real-life supernatural beliefs, this film takes the genre to terrifying new heights. Unlike most found footage movies, Incantation actively involves you, the viewer, in its horror. It plays with nonlinear storytelling, showing you terrifying events out of order, so you're constantly questioning what's real. At its core, it follows a mother trying to lift a deadly curse placed on her daughter. But the more we learn about the ritual that caused it, the more disturbing things become. What makes incantation so effective is its psychological horror. It plants an idea in your head that lingers long after the movie ends. The film asks you to participate in its rituals, but by the time you realize what that really means, it's too late. If you're looking for a found footage movie that feels like you're the one being cursed, Incantation is the perfect pick. Just be careful what you say out loud. At number 4, we have Rec, a Spanish found footage horror classic that will have you double checking your apartment doors. If you think zombie movies are overdone, think again. This one is a relentless nightmare fuel, from start to finish. The film starts with a simple concept. A late-night news crew is shadowing firefighters for a routine story. They get called to an apartment building for a minor emergency, and quickly realize they've walked straight into hell. Before they know it, the building is on lockdown, the residents are turning into something monstrous. An escape is not an option. What makes Rec so terrifying is its intensity. Once things go wrong, they never slow down. The tight spaces, frantic camera work, and sheer panic of the characters make you feel like you're trapped with them. If you love fast-paced, heart-pounding horror, Rec is a must-watch. And if you survive this one, there's a sequel that picks up immediately where it left off. At number 3, we have Creep, a film that proves you don't need ghosts, monsters, or gore to make you deeply uncomfortable. Sometimes, the scariest thing is just a person acting a little too friendly. The film follows Aaron, a struggling filmmaker who answers a Craigslist ad to film a man named Joseph for a day. Seems simple, right? Well, Joseph is not your average client. From the very start, he's just off. His stories don't add up. His behavior is weirdly intimate, and then there's that mask. What makes Creep so terrifying is how realistic it feels. There's no shaky cam running through dark hallways, just awkward conversations, subtle manipulation, and pure psychological horror. Mark Duplass delivers one of the most unnerving performances ever, flipping between charming and deeply disturbing in a split second. And if you survive this one, Creep 2 somehow makes Joseph even scarier. Now, before we jump into number 1, I just want to take a quick moment to thank all of you for joining me on this journey. I've recently launched this channel, and your support means the world to me. If you're enjoying this countdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Thank you, and enjoy. And that's our countdown. From classic scares to new nightmares, these found footage films are sure to haunt you long after you've turned off the screen. Let me know in the comments which one scared you the most, and don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying content. Until next time, keep your cameras rolling, because you never know what's lurking in the footage.